Welcome. This is a map for the Western Youth Network examining the social determinants of health in Watauga County, North Carolina. This map is also showing community resource locations from MapsCore data, as well as food resource data from the Watauga Food Council Food Web data, and public transportation data from AppleCart. In this first pop-up, there's a brief description of the map and the data, as well as some instructions and screenshots for how to use this map. Here's an image of the button functions, and with these functions and these directions, I'm going to go over right now. These directions are also available in the details section. If there's any questions about use or questions about this map, please contact this email address listed here. This email address is also available in the details section. And the details section I will show later on. The first thing you're going to want to select is the second option. It's the layers option. And when you select it, all the data that's available in this map shows up in this dialog box. And you can select what you want to see. Right now I'm going to select AppleCart routes, some of the AppleCart routes, to show you how some of these functions work. You can select the arrow to the right, and it can show you which color is associated with which route. You can also find this information if you go to the first option. It's the legend option. And it can show you the name of the route as well as the color associated with it. The other data that's available in this map is the MapsCore data and the Food Web food resource data as far as point locations go. And with these point locations, you can select them and it'll come up with a pop-up of information. So with this MapsCore data and also with the AppleCart data, if you select the point, the name of the place and the address show up. So you can just click around and select and you can get location information. And again, that works with the AppleCart, the Food Web, and this MapsCore data. The other data that's in this map is the social determinants of health data, which is the census data. And with these layers, the most important thing to remember is that they're stacked, which means that if you go to one on the bottom, if you have one selected on the bottom, you have to deselect the ones on top to be able to see it. No matter how many are selected, 2, 3, or more, to get to this bottom layer, you would have to unselect the ones on top to be able to see it. So if you unselect the ones on top, you can see it. If you select one on top, you cannot see it unless you unselect this one above it. To know what these colors represent, you can go to the right and click this arrow, and it will give you the legend with which percentage is associated with which color. You can also go to the legend option, the first option, and get this information as well. It has it labeled with the title, and it shows you what the colors represent. So this first legend is associated with this current map. The third option is the base map option. So this changes the background map. It's just a matter of what you would like to see. You can select the different options and get some different information. The fourth option is the overview map. So you're able to see Watauga County's location in relation to the state of North Carolina and the surrounding states in this pop-up that shows up over here. The next option is the details option. As mentioned, this is referenced in the first pop-up. So here is a description of the map and the data, the button functions again, some brief description of how to use the map without the screenshots, just some text. And here is the email address listed again if you have questions about use of this map. The next option is the share option. So you have these choices for social media sharing or sharing in general. Here's a link to the map. Here's a print option. On the far left, you have your zoom in and zoom out functions. This home button in the middle is the default zoom. So if you go to that, that's how the map showed up to begin with. And this last option is a find my location option. And if you select that, it'll ask you to allow for your location to be accessed, and it can show you where you are in location to Watauga County, and it can show you in relation to the data provided in the map. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy examining this map and learning about Watauga County.